What do a French atheist and a 4th century bishop have in common? Both stood at the edge of the same question. What does it mean to be human in a world that doesn't answer back? One responded with defiance, the other with surrender. One pushed a boulder, the other fell to his knees. This is a story about meaning, the absurd, and the restless heart of humanity. In our last journey, we walked beside Albert Camus and his haunting idea, the absurd. The absurd isn't chaos. It is the silence we meet when we search for meaning in a world that doesn't offer it back. We ask why, and the universe simply doesn't answer. Camus didn't give in to despair. He didn't turn to false hope. He said we should rebel, not with anger, but with courage. Like Sisyphus, cursed to push a boulder up a hill for eternity, Camus believed we can still find meaning in the struggle itself. But what if Sisyphus wasn't meant to carry the boulder forever? What if the silence we hear isn't the end of the story? What if it's the beginning of something deeper? This is where we meet Augustine. Aurelius Augustinus, better known as Saint Augustine, was born in 354 AD in what is now Algeria. He chased meaning through pleasure, ambition, and philosophy, but nothing satisfied him, nothing stuck, until he turned inward, and then upward. For Augustine, this restlessness was a sign, not a flaw, a spiritual homesickness. The absurd wasn't a dead end. It was a divine whisper. Our yearning for meaning is proof that meaning exists beyond us in God. So for Camus, meaning is created by the individual. For Augustine, meaning is given by God. Camus' response with absurd and revolt. Augustine responses with faith and surrender. Symbol: Sisyphus, the eternal rebel, the prodigal son, returning home. Hope? No ultimate hope, just dignity. For Augustine, it is eternal hope through grace. Both men faced the same void. Camus refused to leap. Augustine took the leap and called it grace. So, where does that leave us? Camus invites us to live fully in spite of absurdity, to embrace life even when it has no answers. Augustine invites us to listen deeper, to consider that maybe the ache inside us is a longing for something real, something eternal. One looks to the present moment for meaning, the other to the eternal. Maybe the truth lies not in choosing sides, but in living the question, honestly, courageously, restlessly. So what do you do with a world that doesn't answer back? You could push the boulder like Camus, or you could follow the ache like Augustine, or maybe, just maybe, you stand in the tension, holding the absurd in one hand and the hope of meaning in the other, not rushing to solve the mystery, but daring to dwell in it. Because being human isn't about having all the answers, it's about asking the questions that shape our souls. If this conversation stirred something in you, don't let it stop here. Subscribe for more explorations at the edge of meaning, philosophy, and faith. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you more of a Camus or an Augustine, or something entirely your own? And remember, the search for meaning isn't a weakness. It's a sign that you're alive. Until next time, stay curious, stay human,